So hi everybody and welcome to this Unreal Engine 5 full game tutorial series for absolute beginners. This video 44. In this video we want to make a task for our behavior tree. You can see this one here, and in this task we are trying to hit our player. So let's get started. First of all, again, like all time, here is in the documentation. If you want to follow this one, they made this in task 4 and 5. They created random patrol. We make it a little bit different, and first we need an animation. So I try to find an animation in my folder, animation, and you can see I have here different kind of animations. There are different kind of animations. Here you can see animation sequence, and here you see 2 animation montages, and we need montages, but probably you have animation sequences, and if you don't have, just import from other projects or from Maximo or third website. It's a free site where you can import animations and attach to your character, but this kind of stuff we are not doing right now. Let's say we have already animations, so I select here, for example, this attack animation 2, this one here. I double click on it, and then you can see it pops up. And actually I don't want this animation. Let's see, let's watch other animation. Yeah, this is better. This attack 02 start animation or something. This one. Let's say I want this one, but I want not use this animation sequence. I want use the animation montage, because with animation montage we have a little bit more advantages later. So how we can convert this animation to an animation montage? I think it goes here also anywhere, but I don't know where, and that's why we are going making it the other way. We go out here. We click this one, that was this, I think that was this one here, start. And then you select this one, right click, then you go here on top. It says here create and create animation montage. And let's call this AM for animation montage, attack. Okay, and then double click it to check it. Yes, that is it. And we have already created an animation montage, and we don't do anything else here. Normally what you would do here later is perhaps make here some notifies to more modify these animations, but this is another video again for a little bit more advanced things. But we make here just this little animation here, and now we have our animation. We go back to our behavior tree. In my case, I have to open this up fast, go to my folder, go and erase this one, go to my AI folder. Second, this is the animation tree what we have so far, and now I want to add this task. The problem is this task is not here, because when we go here down, oops, not here. When we go here down, we have here task, but this task are the pre-made tasks, so we have to create a task. How we create a task? Here on top you can see it's a new task, and here you can see this blueprint base. This is the start task, and all the other tasks which you will see here are separately created, and you can of course use the other ones too, but I start with this one from scratch. So I select this one, I call this one attack 02, you call it what you like, and then we attach this here on top, and let's save all this one so it's fine. The next thing is we have to fill this task with, and important here to note is this task here is working with this behavior tree. What I mean with that, later we are adding here a node. The node will receive a start point, and it needs an endpoint, so that this other nodes here, for example the selector, knows if this task has succeeded or failed. And that's why these task nodes have 2 special nodes here, a start point and an endpoint. Let me show this here. This will be this event receive execute AI, this special start point, and finish execute, and then we have to specify failed or success for this behavior tree later. That's why we start with now with the task event receive execute. You can read this again what you like and what this is in the documentation. I use this one, event receive execute AI, and now here we have again the control pawn, the controller, and what I want to do is now play this animation, but we created an animation montage, so right click here and we write here play montage. So we are using this montage, and you can see this montage has here many options, and that's nice, but we are skipping again, because to understand all these options here, we need a separate video again. But it's very powerful if you want to make animations, blending, notifies, to make really cool animation. We make a very simple animation, which is just on complete. That's enough for us. So we connect this one here. We select our montage, which we just created. In my case, it was this attack, animation montage attack. And we need here this skeletal mesh component, how we get this. And here, this node here has this controlled pawn. This is the AI. So here we can grab this, and we have to call this in a special way. You have to write here component and get component by class. Let's write by class as well. And then you see here is in the actor section, get component by class. This one you need. Yes, this one. And then you can select which component you need, and the skeletal mesh component is a component. So we can then drop down here and write skeletal mesh component. You see, this is a component. That's why we can select it. And now you can directly include this here. So, and all the other options here, play rate and starting position, we can skip again. This is more for modification. Of course, read this in the documentation if you like a little bit, modify them. But in our case, that's enough. Here, something important to note. I will not go to other ones. These notifiers are powerful later when you have our montage, for example. Let me show you this montage perhaps. Okay. Let's say I have yeah, let's go there. Let's say we have here a montage, right? And later you can do something like this. You can make here different sequences. You can see now it's only playing this sequence, and then you can see it's playing this sequence. Now you can combine them. You can make your notifies and all this kind of stuff. But what I want to show is this one. Here, this outputs here will then react to this one. For example, on notify begin, then you can play the other ones on interrupt or blend. But we are just using on complete. On complete is also very powerful. Why so? Because here you don't have to calculate how long the sequence is. So on complete. But if you go here on top, careful, then you have to calculate how long this is. That's why we are not using the top one. We are using this one here, on complete, which means on complete the sequence here. All right, then what we need next is, yeah, we have to set back our animation instance. And the reason for that is, at least in my case, I don't know why, set animation, oops, what was the name? The set anim instance class back. In my case, when I don't do this, then it is not using the walk animation from the from this AI. So I'm not sure. Set anim instance class, and we have to set this back to the default, which was at start. And what was the start default anim class in our case? It was the animation blueprint menu or your own, which we have created on. So let me open this one up. This one, you can see this is the animation blueprint. I have to set this back here. And if you have created your own, of course, you'll select your own one. All right, and then, like I said before, we need all time finish if you make a task with this special node, this end special node, which is this one here, this finish execute. So let's make this one also finish execute, and there are other nodes. Read this again in the documentation. And important here is also careful about this finish execute. If you have here anywhere a branch, which means can interrupt it, so it is not going to this place here, then this one needs also a finish execute word. Let's say anyhow it is possible that this one here is not following this line here. So it can be interrupted here, and then it is doing anything here. And after that one, it needs also a finish execute then with fail or success. You have to select this here with fail or success. That's very important. And the reason why this is important, like I tried to explain you before, this nodes here, this selector reacts on success or fail. If it's success, it will go, for example, the selector on success, it will stop here, will not go here and go back. The sequence other way around. If on success, let's say this is a sequence on success with this node, it will go to the next node. So that's why this start point and this end point is very important if you use this, and every interrupt need this node here, or you are wondering why my AI is not walking or is doing something like that. So that's fine. And let's do the last step here, which is just adding here. Careful, we can't add this here. Here's our task is already here now. It is called attack 02 in my case. But the problem here is what? What is here the problem in my example? The problem is this one here is a selector, it says here. And what is the selector behavior again? On success, it will go back. It will not go here to this one. So what we have to do is we have to change here something. We have to go from AI selector to a sequence, because the sequence on success will go to this one, and then goes back. The sequence will only go back on fail. So what we have to do, you go out from here, go again on top, select a sequence. Then you can call the sequence whatever you like. In my case, I call it here in details panel, move attack, move to 9. Let's call it move and attack, something like that. And now you can easily reassign these nodes here. You don't have to delete them. You just make here a point to this one here. And you can see these nodes are now reassigned. The same thing you are doing with the other ones. Oops. You have just select this top part here. And then you are doing this one here. The same. The weight one can stay. We can make here another weight here. If we want, let's write here weight. Let's select the weight. Let's set here perhaps the wait time to 1 second. And actually that's it. Oops. Let's select this one too. Let's put this on. Let's save that. We have here all, and we can test this actually. And I think that's it, yeah. Then play from here and let's see if this is coming. You can see our character here, this other one is trying to, it looks a little bit strange, but it's trying to do the animation following us, and it's trying to do the attack animation. Of course, now you can refine this really hard. You can make adding so many things to this and sequences. And yeah, that's it for this video. Perhaps one more side note. If you say this behavior tree is too heavy because they say it can cost performance, of course you can do all this kind of stuff in C++ or in blueprints. What I mean with or in blueprints, like I showed you here in the character here in this one, I think, yeah, was this here the place? I don't know. But what I mean is you can just do this, that was not the place. But anyway, you can do all this kind of stuff also in blueprints instead of using a behavior tree, but then you have to manage all things what we just did here on your own, which is a little bit more tricky, a little bit more longer, and you need a little bit more experience. But the point is, it is probably better in performance if you are doing this in C++, and if you are doing this in behavior tree, I don't know if it's really better than this much, but yeah. But for us beginners, use this one. It's very handy, very easy, not too complicated. If you have the basics, then it works. So with that said, if you have any questions, like all time, write in the comment section. See you in the next video. Bye, good luck, and like all time, have fun and never give up.